should be considered a crime to humanity, that you have grown adults.
All right, so y'all already know what's up. If you didn't watch the full video, go back and watch for context. And make sure you follow my Tia, okay? She's dropping gems all the time. But let's get into what she was talking about in her original video. Do y'all remember about a year and a half ago when I told you guys to stop paying rent, to keep going to work, but stop putting your money into these big capitalistic businesses so the economy can crumble, so we can finally get what the fuck we want? That is decent places to live and actually being able to afford our lifestyles comfortably without struggling. You remember when all y'all were laughing at me, telling me I didn't know what I was talking about? You're just a small business owner. What do you know? I know I was right, because look what the fuck is going on. Now, she was specifically talking about price gouging, and that is the main thing I was pressing on about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when I was letting y'all know y'all need to stop feeding into capitalism. The best way to do that is to make the money and not spend the money in these big businesses. Because just like she was saying in her video, a lot of these companies understand that you're good enough to work for them, but you are not good enough to be able to afford your lifestyle on their dime, that you are literally trading in your time for money. Like she said, it's irreplaceable. You can't get that time back. That is the point of a job. That is the point of a career. You are supposed to be getting financial benefits as well as any other benefits that come with it, whether it's dental, vision, whatever, Social Security, all that shit. You are supposed to be getting benefits from the job that you work. Don't let these capitalistic businesses fool you. It is supposed to be to your benefit, not the other way around, because these companies, they know they provide a service that 9 times out of 10, they're still going to make their money. So it's a huge fuck you and a slap in the face when these companies pay us barely enough to forget about our dreams. And then want to know why there's people like me that refuse to feed into capitalism by working for them. I've been an entrepreneur for majority of my 20s. Majority of the time that I have been working, I have been an entrepreneur. I literally started my nanny service while I was a junior in high school in 2013. I have been a nanny for 10 years now. I've always worked for myself. I learned very early on, like I said, high school, I learned that I'm not one to work for these capitalistic businesses because they don't respect you as a person, as an individual. They only care about how much money you can make them. As soon as you stop being an asset to them, what do you think they do? I've been screaming this since the pandemic because I watched it happen before my eyes. They will literally put your job listing out before your obituary is hot off the press and your body is cold. Stop letting these people gaslight you. Again, I literally saw my coworker getting carried out on a stretcher because he was KO, done, gone, because he had a heart attack at his desk after 2 hours before that, complaining to the principal that he did not feel good and wanted to go home. But of course, the principal said, oh, just do a half day. You'll be okay. No, he wasn't okay. He died at his desk. So I say all of that to say this. Y'all better wake the fuck up and pay attention to what we're all trying to warn you, to what we're all trying to tell you. They cannot kick all of us out. They cannot force all of us to comply. They can't. There are more of us than there are of them. And what have we all been saying? We are stronger in numbers. The moment that y'all realize that we're all being played, that we're all being fucked, the sooner we can finally come together and overturn this shit. I saw what they did in France. I believe it was France. They tried to go up on the Social Security age and then folks boycotted. They literally stopped going to work. And as soon as the economy started to crumble and they were like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? People are not working. We're not making money. What are we going to do? They finally caved and they gave the people what the fuck they wanted and lowered the fucking age. Because who the hell wants to sit up here and work for 30, 40, 50 years and maybe you get to enjoy 10 to 15 years on the back end? That is ridiculous in a fucking setup. They've been trying to convince us that that is what life is supposed to be. You were supposed to give majority of your time and your life away from your family, your passions, whatever, your religions, everything. They want us to take all of that and put it into them so they can make money. But what about you as an individual? I'm gonna need y'all to wake the fuck up. Seriously, we need to start fighting back. So again, make your money, but stop spending your money with these big businesses. Watch the economy crumble, and then we can finally play our cards. We need better healthcare. We need to be able to afford the bare necessities because the average American cannot. The average person cannot. I can't even say America. The average person around the world doesn't even have $500 in their savings. The average person is not living. We are surviving, barely doing that. Like she said, the homelessness rate is going up. The unemployment rate is going up. They are quite literally trying to starve us into what they want, but we need to do it to them first. We starve them of what they need, they have no choice but to bend to us. I agree. Stop paying your bills. Because what are they going to do? What are they literally going to do to us? We already see that we're moving into a society where these companies realize that we can't afford to pay our rent. So guess what they're going to do next? They're going to try to come up with housing on their property, on their company. And then if you work for them, they'll pay your bills for you. And you think that's a sweet deal, right? No, it's a fucking setup. It's just a further way to keep you on the hamster wheel of never being out of debt, to always being indebted to them. Because why? Now they pay your bills. Now they pay your rent. And if you don't work for them, you're going to be homeless. You're not going to have anything. They are literally trying to trap us, keep us on that hamster wheel. Get the fuck off. It's just a matter of time before we wind up like these other countries, seriously rebelling because our government has lost their fucking mind. So like she said, it's not inflation, it's price gouging. These companies have been greedy since the pandemic. They felt like they lost so much money. Let's show them how much money they can really lose.